Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. A lot of things going on in this show tonight as we build into Bound for Glory coming up in the next few weeks. What else do they have in store until then? Obviously, this is also technically a Fallout show, too, because I forgot about that Victory Road show from last Saturday. I did watch some of it. I didn't check out the whole thing. It wasn't bad or anything, but like I said, I didn't watch the whole show. I saw some of it. I kind of forgot about it in a way, but I thought it was a good show for what they had on there on Saturday, even though I felt like it was very rushed show in a way, only just like a week of build and everything. But Bound for Glory is a little bit more important than kind of going into Victory Road here, because basically they had a rematch to start off the show between Tommy Dreamer and Brian Myers. I didn't see that match on Saturday. Like I said, I only saw half of that Victory Road thing. It was a good match, I'll say that, but it ended up in a DQ finish. Brian Myers ended up taking the kendo stick, trying to hit Tommy Dreamer with it. Dreamer had pretty much dodged him, pretty much him like the Russian leg sweep and everything. But Myers basically got back up and hit him with the kendo stick for a DQ. Then Myers started beating the hell out of Tommy Dreamer with the kendo stick until referees and Scott D'Amore came out there to calm him down as he left after that. So I guess we're still doing this feud between Myers and Dreamer. I don't know what they did on Saturday. I'm surprised this was even a rematch just to even happen on TV if you did it at this, technically pay-per-view last Saturday. So why do this again right here and have a DQ finish in a way? But maybe they're going into something else with this, especially if they're trying to Brian Myers make him into something. At least I'll say this: Brian Myers is a running joke right now, and they're trying to make him kind of serious with this whole most professional wrestler out there. So I'll give them that. I just don't know why they did a rematch from this. Even though I didn't see the match, why do it if you did the match on Saturday? Next, they show Moose walking around, still looking for that TNA title, which EC3 promised to bury tonight, having a funeral for it. Next, Johnny Bravo, I guess, had those Wrestle House guys with him, talking about who is going to pay for this wedding, basically. And he asked everybody to cough up some money, but Alicia Edwards said, "We ain't got that money. We ain't bougie like that, okay?" But he talked about how expensive this wedding is going to be, and that they need to start forking over some type of cash. Johnny Swinger basically said, if I was the best man out of this whole thing, I would have the money and whatnot. But Father Boss said since he's the best man, he could find some money. But next thing you know, the Diener started arguing. Swinger in, talking about, listen, man, he owes some money and everything. And Swinger said him and his young boy going to take him out tonight. As Johnny Bravo said, who's going to set up the fondue fountain, which didn't look like nobody wanted to do that. Rohit Raju, who was very cocky and started to gloat about his whole defeat Rohit challenge, that he's handing opportunities to everybody. Anybody wants a shot, you can come get it, because right now you guys are jealous of him. And like anybody back there in the back, he is giving them the opportunity to face him right now for the X Division title. Willie Mack came out, which he went on to say that I guess it was a match last Saturday with these two, so he couldn't do it a second time. Next, Jordan Grace came out. Please, no more Tessa Blanchard situations like last time. At least it wasn't for the world title, but the X Division was supposed to have no limits. This basically went like a few seconds because Jordan Grace rolled up Rohit Raju, but Rohit Raju said that the referee didn't put the belt in the air, so this was not for the title, thank God. This was not for the championship, so Rohit basically said, I'm still the champion, and whatnot, so that, he was beaten, but he wasn't beaten for the title. So they're trying to go somewhere with Raju. Like I said, the guy's more cocky out there, and I don't mind that, which is actually kind of good of his promo and everything, but let's not lose the fuck girl on this show. It's like I said, no more Tessa Blanchard situation. We don't need another world title debacle like last time. I don't need to see that shit again, okay? But like I said, not bad though. Promo from Rohit Raju. Followed by was in the back. I guess he walked into Hernandez wanting to do that whole arm wrestling thing, but it didn't happen. So he made him actually spill his drink on himself. Team Triple XL went against the Rascals. Good match for the Rascals, I'll say, which they kind of needed to win. I kind of like the finish of one dodging the other, one Team Triple XL, so they can close down the other. Rascals end up hitting, what was it, Larry D with the Hot Fire Flame, which Zach got the pinfall and everything for the win. So, not bad of a tag match, I'll say that, between the Rascals and Team Triple XL. At least this, like I said, gives them something to do right now to be into the title picture and everything. So, an okay tag match. Followed by, I guess, was in the back in the shower room where, or the locker room somewhere where Hernandez was taking a shower, which followed by got that big giant wad of cash and took it from Hernandez's wallet. Yeah, I look at this big wad of cash that keeps coming up. Why doesn't nobody ever put this in a wallet themselves, or I don't know, spend it, put it in a bank account? Why do you carry this giant wad of cash without nothing to protect it and everything, and you just carry it in your pocket where everybody can try to jack you for it? So what is with this whole carrying the big wad of cash, though? Okay, Jimmy Jacobs was at a training center in Florida getting ready to Rich Swann about his rehabilitation, and the doctor said that Swann was ready to wrestle even today if he wants to. But before they can even get an interview out of him, someone dressed as a doctor attacked, Jimmy Jacobs in Rich Swann, which was Eric Young. He beat the hell out of Rich Swann's leg, beating it, throwing a kettlebell, destroying Swann's leg until he could not move one bit, just taking him out, okay, destroying the guy all over the place. So, yeah, EY getting a sneak attack. Next, the Motor City Machine Guns were being interviewed then. Before they could really say much, the Good Brothers came in, talked about their match coming up with Bound for Glory, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match between the Good Brothers, the North, Ace Austin, and Madman Fulton, and the Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles. They said we're one step closer to it, and we're eyeing on those belts. As Chris Sabin said that Carl Anderson pissed himself on a plane. Tag match, Rosemary and Taya versus Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz. Not a bad match, and Rosemary getting the win, which I don't remember the last time Rosemary's even kind of got a win on Impact. Last time I checked, she probably has, but it's hard to tell. I feel like she's taking more L's than she takes wins nowadays. But this was a okay tag women's match. I'll say that. I'm sure some people are still wondering when they're ever going to get those tag belts in, since you got all these women on the roster, which they got a very stacked roster of knockouts, let me say that. But they could bring those women tag belts back, to be honest. Even I'm wondering when they're going to start bringing it. Rosemary did end up winning with the wing clipper. I think it was on Natasha Steelz for the W there. So she got it. The Deaners went against Cody Deaner. Went against Cody Deaner. The Deaners went against Johnny Swinger and Crazy Steve. Basically a comedy match, I will say. This didn't really go long. I just know Swinger tried to use Crazy Steve's pet monkey, but Steve pulled it away, and Cody Deaner hit his finish on Johnny Swinger for the win. They then went to not Deonna Purrazzo, but Kylie Ray, who was being interviewed about Susie, since Deonna Purrazzo last Saturday at this something match I did actually see on Saturday at Victory Road, that Deonna Purrazzo broke Susie's arm, and Kylie Ray couldn't do it about it because she's being held back by Kimberly. As Kylie Ray was being interviewed about Susie and her arm breaking, that hurts to rewatch that moment, knowing she's not okay. Kimberly came in and mocked Kylie, basically making fun of Susie, saying she's a bad person. Kylie got pissed and started beating up Kimberly, which she even looked shocked to see what she had done, beating the crap out this girl, leaving her onto the ground then. Next, this was probably one of the better segments of the night, which I thought this was probably one of the most interesting segments on here. Scott D'Amore and Heath having, I guess, a contract negotiations, which, D'Amore had the contract ready and everything, but Heath said, I got something for you, and he gave him his contract. But, D'Amore said, hey, you got too many zeros right here, all right? And I need you to sign a more reasonable contract. But he said, listen, man, I invested a lot of money in these ads, and I brought buzz to this company. You need to give me anything I want right now, okay? And listen, I've been out of work for a long time. And, you need somebody to sign that contract, but Scott Moore said, you need to look at this contract over again. And listen, man, I'm not trying to disrespect you. You're good, but you're not Olympic gold medalist. Oh, man. Yeah, you ain't got a point, though. You ain't Kurt Angle. This ain't Kurt Angle, folks, but he got an impact. That was a good shot. But Scott Moore went on like, let's just take the small contract. You can work to the bigger contracts. Not disrespect, you're working to the big one. And he said, I'm not no Olympic gold medalist, but I'm not a Sunday morning jobber also. And Demore basically said, all right, this the way you want to play this? What are we going to do? Okay, nothing. Then you smoke. You haven't been on pay-per-view in a long time, okay? He said, yeah, I was on Slammiversary, and I brought a lot of buzz to it on social media. But Scott Demore threw the papers and everything. Heath left and went to talk to Rhino then and talked about, this was a failure and that WWE offered him a better contract with this whole segment with Drew McIntyre back on Raw. I'm surprised they even mentioned that on here because that was kind of one of the last time Heath Slater was on Raw and cut that promo. That was great between him and Drew McIntyre. But he called Rhino by his real name, Terry, and everything. And, I don't have a job still, and that the grass isn't green on the other side. So at least liking where this is going to go with Slater and Rhino. Probably a feud between both of these guys because he didn't get the contract and everything. So instead of him trying to get into the building, now he's more pissed. So I guess no more campaign ads or trying to recreate SmackDown from a few years ago. I like this promo, okay? And his whole sit-down thing with Demore. But I'm like, wow, I'm surprised they even mentioned that whole thing with WWE and, the contract thing when the last time he was on Raw. So this was probably one of the better segments of the night between Heath and Scott Demore out there. I did enjoy that. And obviously it would be a feud with Rhino coming up soon too. Since I don't think they're probably going to be buddies anymore after this. Next, EC3 was going to have the funeral for the TNA World Championship, which he ended up just dropping the belt off of a bridge and saying free moose. I actually thought something better was going to happen here, but he just dropped the belt into a bridge. So I don't know where they're going with this. I still think it's going to be a match between EC3 and Moose at Bound for Glory. So I think that's going to happen. And I saw this today too. That EC3, I guess, I don't know what type of contract this guy is on right now, but I guess he's in Ring of Honor also. So yeah, he's doing Impact and Ring of Honor at the same time with the same gimmick of this whole control your narrative thing. So we'll see where this goes, but I think he may be on an open contract because I'm like, really, he was on Ring of Honor and Impact at the same time? I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting and very interesting. But in the main event, though, we got the Motor City Machine Guns versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. Very good match. Very good main event to close off the show. Of course, the North came out and the Good Brothers came in for a brawl then right after, which, in fact, gave the Guns the win over Fulton and Austin out there. Like I said, very good main event tag match. Like I said, we've seen these teams mostly kind of face each other in intervals almost every other week and whatnot. But I am looking forward to this match at Bound for Glory since all these tag teams have been on a roll lately. Especially, like I said, the tag division's been really good in Impact, especially between these four teams going for the belt. So, like I said, very enjoyable main event and looking forward to see what's going to happen. Like I said, with all these teams, but the Guns do pick up another win right here before going off the air and whatnot. So, not a bad episode of Impact. Like I said, solid build going to Bound for Glory in the next few weeks. Looking forward to see what's going to happen. Would have liked to see more with the whole EC3 funeral thing for the TNA World title, but maybe we'll have to find that out next week. I like the Heath and Scott Demore thing because I actually thought it was one of the more interesting parts of this show. Eric Young attacking Swan at whatever doctor's office they was at. Only thing I probably could have done was maybe the Victory Road rematches, even though I didn't really see Victory Road. I heard it was just a lot of rematches in general, but I like the main event. Even the Kylie promo was pretty good too. So that's mostly what I could say about Impact this week. Not a bad show. Not a bad show at all. Like I said, solid stuff going in the Bound for Glory in the next few weeks, okay? But yeah, other than that, like I said, not much I can really say from this unless you want to add something or comment or anything. But yeah, other than that, I'm out of here. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Tell me what you think about Impact tonight. Did you like this show? Did you not like this show? What are you looking for the most when Bound for Glory comes around the next few weeks? So yeah, basically it's a lot to say coming up, okay? Because I think Impact does have a lot planned on the week of Bound for Glory with a lot of specials and everything before they get to that pay-per-view, okay? But other than that, I'm out. See you guys later. Peace.